Hi everyone, it's Kai, and today I have for you, finally, the long-awaited Sweetie Nail Supply haul. So I have here all of the things that I ordered for Black Friday, plus actually some smaller orders that I had made before Black Friday and all the craziness of the holiday season and school ending for the semester, I haven't gotten a chance to film it yet. So I will be showing you all today. This box, oh gosh, is overfilled. It's probably a good 5 pounds maybe. And I don't even have everything in here. I have 2 whole collections for you, the Migothic Sparkling collection and the DVOK Dark Night that I will be swatching. I have some tips to show, and then a bunch of top coats, some things that I'm restocking, some chrome powders, and I did also pick up a lot of the Nail Thoughts base. I've really been loving these as of late. I also have some stickers and just a bunch of other little things that I've been wanting to try. The Black Friday sale is always really good. It's 25% off, no discount codes needed or anything. So I tend to go a little bit crazy and stock up, I'll be honest. I'm really excited to show off everything that I got. Thank you all so much for being here. If you like nail art, designs, tutorials, hauls, that sort of things, please consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, I thank you so much, and let's get right into it. So for this video, I did want to just hop on here and do it a little bit differently. I will be showing you everything and my initial sort of reaction to it here on camera, and then I will, don't worry, do the detailed swatches. So it'll jump back and forth between me unboxing things with you guys live and then doing more detailed, more close-up swatches. So you still get the swatches, but I also get to show you kind of my first impressions live without doing all of it as a voiceover. So let me know how you like this format, if you prefer this or if you prefer the old style of me just, doing the top-down view only. I'd love to hear your thought, but let's talk about these first. So I did pick up, these are the Sofgel tips. It is the XV line, and it is their variety pack. So I wanted to get these because I wanted to see what the different shapes were like, which ones might fit my nails best. It's hard to tell right now because I have stuff on my nails. Maybe you can see. Maybe not. You can't really see, but I have extremely curved nails, at least around the sidewalls, but then the tops are kind of flat. So I have a unique nail shape, so I got these to try. Okay, so let's take a closer look at these Sofgel tips. They are a variety pack, like I said, so you get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different styles. It comes with round short, almond short, stiletto short, coffin short, square short, medium almond, stiletto medium, coffin medium, square medium, and then long square coffin stiletto. I really wish it had come with the long almond because I really did want to try their long almond. I do like their medium almond. Personally, I have very curved nails. I've talked about it before, but the C curve on my nail is pretty strong, at least along the sidewalls here. So I do need more sculpted type nails. But I am also partial to nails they don't have as strong of a C curve at the end. So I wish there was a good hybrid of strong C curve here, but not strong C curve on the end. I do really like Korean, Japanese style nail tips for that reason, because I do like the flatter end. So I did actually order right now during Sweetie Nail Supply's Boxing Day sale, the Vic Gels, the coffin shape. So I'm curious to see if they are still curved enough to fit my nails, but a little bit flatter on the end. These aren't too bad though. I would say the ones that are super curved, if you don't like a strong C curve, are definitely the square tips. They have a very strong C curve. but like the medium ones, the coffin ones don't. These are actually really nice shaped. I like these. And the medium square also don't have a super strong C curve. Like, it is curved, but it's not too tight, in my opinion. So yeah, I like the medium square. I actually would order the medium square again because they don't have too much of a C curve, but I personally probably would not order the long ones because they are very sculpted. They have that strong C curve, and I'm looking for something a little flatter while still being able to fit flush around my nail bed. It's been a hunt. It's been a journey. Haven't found anything yet. And I will go ahead and just lay out one of each of these, I think, to give you kind of a better idea of what they all look like. Okay, so here they are all laid out. Here is what the back end looks like. There is some difference per shape. Like, I noticed that the stilettos and the almonds seem to have a pretty strong C curve, a pretty strong apex as well, while the coffin and the square ones are a little bit flatter. Here's from the front. You can see that the two almonds really do have the strongest, I would say, apex out of all of them. But yeah, I like to show the profiles, the back end, the front end, because I know that I have trouble being able to tell exactly how curved a nail is when I am online shopping. All right, these things aren't really that exciting, but I did get some more top gels. So I've been wanting to try this one here. This is the D-Gel Signature Top Gel. I think it's called the Bang Top Gel. I was actually watching one of the D-Gel seminars that sometimes will be hosted on YouTube Live through Sweetie Nail Supply's channel. And the person there, I asked what her favorite top gel was. She recommended this. She was a 3D nail artist, so excited to give it a try. So I got the D-Gel, and then along with that, I also decided to pick up my favorite Myo glass top. I do really like this as like a thinner top coat. And then I also got the base gel to try because I do sometimes base coat my press-ons just because I like painting over that nice, like, smooth, shiny coat. So I got the base coat. Then I do really like the enamel top from DVOK. I think it's a really nice, thick top coat. So I picked up an extra one of that as well. So let's go ahead. We'll open these three and take a closer look. Okay, so these are all of the top gels that I got. It does seem excessive now that I'm looking at it. I guess this one's a base, but I had just wanted to try a variety. I'm currently in the middle actually of a top gel test for you all. So I tried out 10 different top gels, one for each nail, and I've been wearing them for about 2 weeks now. I'm about to do an update just to show you their longevity, if they got scratched or not, which ones are which viscosity, how much do they yellow. So expect that video to be out relatively soon, but these are both replacements and new ones. So these two are the Yogo Mayo brand, the long base, which I am excited to try. I don't have this yet, so let me open it up. I've been looking for just like a really thin base coat that I can use for my press-ons. You don't need to base coat press-ons. I personally do it just because I like working on like a perfectly smooth surface after buffing the nail or after using like chemical primer to etch them. It's just a personal preference. It's not necessary, but let me see what this consistency is. Ooh, interesting. Okay. It's got the little short tip here. I think that's actually good for a base coat because most of the time, right, you're base coating your natural nails. And a lot of people, I would argue most people probably have less natural nail, as in like a smaller area to apply the paint to, and so a smaller brush just allows you to be precise. Huh, very interesting. It is, I would say, a medium viscosity. Like, it's not too thick, it's not too thin. Seems like it will stay in place, so it won't be pooling everywhere, but it's nowhere near as thick as like the Yogo Zombie, the zombie base. Nice. Okay, I am excited to try this one out. All right, and then this is the glass top, and I will not open this package because this is actually a replacement, a backup, because I already have this. I wanted to get another because I love it so much. It is a really nice thin viscosity, I would say. Top gel. It's super shiny. I have had great retention with it so far. And I just like it for painting over a pattern, a design that doesn't have like a lot of texture where you need to really smooth it out. For that, I'll do maybe a thicker gel. And I also really like it over chrome. Because it is this thinner consistency, it just floats over chrome powder so well without disturbing it. Like you can see here, it's not really pulling away from the bottle at all because it is that runnier consistency. Which again, I personally like for some applications. I did get the second one though because this one is contaminated. It's got some little sparkles from the chrome powder. So now I have a second one to use for non-chromed nail designs. All right, one more that is a duplicate. This is just the enamel top right there. And I just got it because I do like the consistency of this one. I also really like the clarity. It doesn't yellow much at all, which is something that I noticed. So here's the one that I currently have. Now this one is the thicker one. If I had to compare it to anything, I would say maybe like the Yogo Zombie top. You can see that this one really pulls away from itself because it is that thicker viscosity. And so I like a thicker top coat for when I am trying to encapsulate something that does have a lot of texture and needs just that extra bit of volume to help smooth it out. So I do like the enamel top. I also, and I don't know how much truth there is to this, if I have a brand that I really like, I do attempt to get their like top and base so that I have the whole system to work with. I have a ton of DVOK gels, and so I wanted to get the DVOK top coat because I figure if you're working within a brand, they probably are using ingredients that are consistent, that are going to work well with each other versus like trying to use a base gel with a different brand of color gel. I've actually had an issue where they tend to separate a little bit, and it's just because it's a mismatch of ingredients. Now, that's not always the case. It's not to say that like, oh, you have to go out and get specifically the top coat or the brand of polish that you're using. I just personally, I have the means to, and so I like trying to match the top to whatever art gels I'm using underneath. All right, and the last top coat, which is new to me, is this one here. In this very shiny box. I'm trying not to expose myself right now in the camera, but this is the D-Gel top gel. It is the Bang Top. So let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, here is that super shiny bottle. It says Signature D-Gel Basics Top Gel. Oh, I just noticed. Has this cute little embossed top on it. That's really cool. It just says DG for D-Gel. Very cute. I like that little detail. It's nice. And it does have a nice long handle, which I always appreciate. I talk about all the time how I like the long handles from DVOK. It just gives you something more to hold on to. Oh, okay. This is a pretty thin one too. Interesting. I would almost say this is maybe thinner than the Mayo glass top. It's got a very, very thin consistency. Okay. Again, I do like having a variety of textures, a variety of viscosities. So yeah, I am really excited to try out this product. It might be a really nice contender for a thin top coat. All right, so along with other basic gels, I did pick up the IV Fix Gel. I have already used this in a design and I've probably talked about it I really like the nozzle. It's super small, super precise, so you can apply it just where you need it. It's the same formula as the IV Fix gel in the jar. It's just in a tube form, which I appreciate for ease of use. So here is that IV Fix gel. It does have a tube form as well as a potted form. I have the potted form. Actually, I'll pull that out to compare. But this is 7 grams in the tube. Looks like this. And if you don't want the tube, you can also get the potted form, which looks like this. This is just like the regular Jinbei pot that the crazy top comes in, the 40 grams. There's also, I think, a 25 gram option. This is definitely the most cost effective. This, I think, is $13 or $11. I don't know. I'll have the price comparisons up in the corner like usual. So more cost effective, but this one I find to be more handy. Let me show you why. Okay, now the one issue I am having with this, and I don't know if this is a defect on my specific product or if it's a common issue. Maybe if you have this, if you could let me know down below, that would be great. Whenever I store this, if it at all gets tipped over, the product leaks out of the nozzle and into the cap, and it makes a bit of a mess. So I don't know. If you have the same issue, please let me know in the comments below. Or it might just be like this specific tube is not packaged correctly, that there was something wrong with the way that this one was made, because it is just a big mess, which is annoying to deal with. I don't know, maybe I'll reach out to Sweetie Nail Supply and see if they've heard anything about it. I don't think I saw any reviews that mentioned it, so it very well might just be a me problem. Like my cap is not tight enough or something. I don't know. I'm not sure, which is a bummer because I do really, really like this product. And let me show you why. So this is the applicator tip. It is so fine, so tiny, which honestly is such a helpful thing to have when you're trying to apply just like little teeny tiny gems or rhinestones. I normally use my Migothic rhinestone glue, which I do still like. Let me show you that. So this is the Migothic rhinestone glue, and this is a super great, cheaper alternative to like a thick glue like this, like the IV Fix gel. But look at this size difference in the application nozzles. There's a very big difference in how fine of a bead you can get out of both these tubes. Like this one obviously is going to make a much smaller droplet of gel, whereas this one is going to make one that's much bigger and therefore harder to control. So, pros and cons. More expensive. I don't like that it spills in the cap, but that just might be a me problem for this tube specifically. This one, much cheaper, but you can't get as fine of an application. And obviously, you'd have to double check the ingredients and see which one works best for you. Here are probably the ingredients for each, if I'd have to take a guess. Okay, and then let's talk Nail Thought. So I did get a bunch of the Nail Thoughts bases. I think it's collection number 6. The way that Nail Thoughts works is they come out with collections of, I believe, 6 or 8 polishes at a time. They're colored base polishes. See, it just says tinted base there on the label. So I picked up one in a previous haul. It was the blueberry milk one. And then I had to go back and I think I got, yeah, let's see, 4 here. So I got taro milk. I got the licorice base, which was on suggestion from a subscriber. I'll try to remember to put the name right up here, but they said this was a really nice black jelly base. I also got blackberry base, which is a gorgeous sort of like foggy dark blue purple. And then I got the pink from the collection, which is rosewater base. So again, these are all from the same set of 6, I believe. I don't remember which one the last one was that I didn't get, but I think it was because I already had a similar color. So let's go ahead and swatch all of these. All right, we'll start with 31, which is Rose Water. Ooh, that's like the prettiest bubblegum pink. That's really nice. Very like bright, true pastel pink. It has a smell too, like these are definitely scented. It's not a bad smell, it's almost like a sweet smell. It almost, dare I say it, smells bubblegummy, which I don't think is the point. I think they all smell like this, but it's pleasant. All right, so let's see what it looks like on a swatch. Okay, I would say this is like probably a medium viscosity, but here's the first layer. It's just that super light bubblegum pink shade. I really like it so far. Let me flip it over and let it level. It does self-level really nicely, though you do get a little bit of pooling, which is normal in places where I applied it a little bit thicker. So let me actually see if I can do an even thicker coat and what that self-levels like. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more on here and see what happens when I flip it over. Normally, I do not recommend painting in super thick coats because then sometimes the light cannot penetrate through the gel polish and cure everything evenly. These ones are really sheer though, so I do think you could get away with a thicker coat. But I think I put too much because it's definitely pooling in the center there a lot. Let me just take a little bit of that extra away. Okay, there you go. So I would say that self-levels really well. Here's the profile shot. It's a really nice color too. It's just that light bubblegum pink. Okay, let me cure this and we'll do second coat. Okay, there's the second coat and that really adds to the opacity. Well, I was not expecting that much of a difference, but that's super pretty. Up next is 32 Taro Milk Tea. And this is just a really pretty like lavender shade. If you never had Taro Milk Tea, it is one of my boyfriend's favorite drinks. We always go out and get milk tea on Mondays at this little place that is local. I get a lychee and he gets a taro milk tea. Or I'll get a green tea sometimes too. So this is taro milk tea and it is just another bright pastel color. Instead, this one is purple. I really love this collection of the Nail Thoughts bases. I think they're just the most gorgeous pastel shades, but they're still bright. Like something can be pastel because it has white mixed into it while still retaining a lot of vibrancy to the color. And I think these do a really good job with that. All right, so here is coat number 1. That went on super easily. The brushes, I will say, on these gels is really nice because they are very soft, which means the color just like floats over the nail. I feel like this one is giving me even more even coverage, maybe because it's a slightly lighter color. But it looks really good, even just with one coat. So let me pop that in to cure and then we'll come back to do 2. All right, here's coat number 2. All right, and there's that vibrancy. Such a pretty color. It's like the perfect cool toned lavender. It's not too pinky. Sometimes lavenders verge more on the like, I don't know, I would call it maybe a mauve, something between a lavender and a pink. But this one just is the perfect mix of cool and warm tones. Such a pretty shade. All right, and 33 is Blackberry Base. And this is more of a darker dusty blue. Here's coat number 1. Okay, and this one seems to be more on the sheer side. It is a very light color, like a light blue gray. All right, here's what it looks like after self-leveling. It's really nice. I was looking for, again, just like a darker muted kind of blue gray. Let me cure this and we'll do a second coat. All right, and here is coat number 2. Just a very nice, duller, darker blue. I've noticed that the blues are a little bit more sheer than the other colors in this collection. If you can see there, that compared to like the pink here. The pink's a little bit more opaque. But that's not a bad thing. You can always build them up. Really pretty color though. And last but not least, we have Licorice. So I will try to find their comment, but a subscriber recommended this one to me. And it is a jelly black. It is more of a warm toned jelly black is what I'm seeing here. So it is very much like Licorice actually. Very cool. I'm excited to see what this looks like on the nail. Coat 1. This one is quite sheer. It might need 3 coats. All right, and coat 2. And coat 3. So that is just a really nice jelly black. I would say if you want kind of like the full effect, probably 3 coats. But you could do a more subtle effect with just 1. However, it is quite a warm toned black. I think Licorice is an appropriate name because Licorice is not like a pure black. So just be aware if you're looking for more of a cool toned jelly black, this is probably not the best option for you because this does have like more of a yellowy brown undertone to it. But still a really nice polish. So let me show you what they all look like together. Okay, so here are the Nail Thoughts number 6, I believe, base gel set. And I really like all of the colors. I think the only one I'm missing is, I believe it's London Fog, and it's like a gray color. And I just was not ready to pick that up yet because I don't work with a lot of grays. And I just realized like these are all of my favorite Sanrio character colors too. We have Kuromi, Hello Kitty, or My Melody, purple also for Kuromi, and then blue for Cinnamoroll. These would make super cute Sanrio sets. And maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll have to do like a full suite of Sanrio characters. That would be a lot of fun. Let me know down in the comments if that's something that sounds good to you. But yeah, these are the Kokoist Nail Thoughts bases. Okie dokie. So I also got some other just kind of like random one-offs that I'd been wanting to purchase. So I have for you here, oh yes, this is from the Mayo Venus collection. It is number 4. So this is the green cat eye from that collection. The Venus collection, I really considered getting the entirety of, but I have so many cat eye gels. I wasn't sure that I really needed another set, but it's a gorgeous collection of like cool toned cat eyes. And I'm a big fan of green, so I had to at least try this green one here. So that's super exciting. Let's go ahead and swatch this one for you. So this is number 4, again from their Venus collection. My favorite magnetic gel collection, probably to date, is the Mayo Eros set. I was sent that from Sweetie Nail Supply. I was going to buy it anyway, but it's this stunning set of like sparkly warm toned autumn colors. However, I also was really tempted by this whole collection because they're more cool toned, blues, greens, purples. I have so many magnetic gels, I didn't pull the trigger. However, I just had to get this one because look at the color. It is like a really nice sage pastel green. And I really like this kind of tone, and it is one of the more shimmery gels. It's not a sparkly magnetic gel, and so I wanted to try this version of their cat eyes and see how it performs. This is a thicker viscosity. I would say it's between like a medium and a thick, which a lot of cat eye gels I've noticed tend to be on the thicker side. Maybe it's because it holds the particles in place better once you magnetize them. Now, when I got the Mayo Arrow set, it actually came with this really sturdy round magnet that I love. I love a good sturdy round magnet. I just find it easier to do the velvet look with. You need a bar magnet for some other looks like the French look, but I prefer the round magnet for other things. So let's see what it does to this polish. Okay, it's very shiny. I don't know if the camera's even picking up the shine on this. There we go. That's really pretty. Okay, let me do this side. You get the velvet effect. Super, super pretty. These definitely are really fine magnetic particles because you get that shiny look instead of the sparkly look. It is a little bit streaky, and so I think I need to work on my application. Maybe I'll just let this sit here and self-level a little bit more and hope that some of those streaks go away. Also, something I know can help with that is if you make sure to give your polish a bit of a mix before you use it. It might be that some things are separating in there if you haven't used it in a while, so that can also help with streaking if you do find you're getting any of that. Okay, yeah, round 2, I gave the polish a bit of a mix and let it sit, and a lot of that streakiness is gone. So tip, if you're using these really fine magnetic particle gels, make sure that you mix the polish pretty well before you use it, because sometimes if it's on the thicker side, it can just separate a little bit. And then obviously if you're painting on a nail, you're not going to have like the same abrupt end that I have here, and you can probably get even better smooth shine. So yeah, really happy I picked this one up, and now unfortunately I am tempted to get other colors from the collection because I love the shimmery look that this cat eye gives versus the standard glittery look. Okay, and then this is interesting. I don't know if this was on accident or on purpose, but I had ordered this one here, which is the It's Lit Champagne Gold Flake Gel. If you've been around the channel, you might know that I've been looking for like a really nice gold flake gel with a clear base. This one looks like it will be perfect. It has just like the really tiny, well, gold flakes in it instead of the circular or hexagonal glitters. So I'm excited to go ahead and swatch this one. And then again, I don't know if it was an accident or if it was on purpose, if this was like maybe a free gift or something, but they also included this here. I believe it's an Izumi product. It says Stella B, and I think it's like a glitter polish. It says type here, glitter mix. So I don't know if they saw that I was ordering like a gold glitter polish and they thought maybe I would like this one. I'm really not sure because it doesn't expire until 2028. So it's not like it's an older product that they were trying to get rid of or anything. At least not that I know of. So yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was a free gift. Either way, excited to have it and excited to go ahead and swatch it. All right, so let's give this one a swatch. So I'm really hoping this is going to be exactly what I'm looking for, which is just a clear base with gold flakes. Ooh, and yes, that is indeed what this is. Ooh, that's really pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch this. Now, I have not used its lip products before. I know they do have like color gels, so let me know if you have experience with them down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It is a thinner consistency, but that means that I can kind of like move around the little glitter shards where I want them to be. And there we go, a gold flake glitter. This is basically what I was looking for. The only reason I say basically and not exactly is because the flakes are a little more on the, I would say, like yellow gold side than I would prefer. I do like more of a cool toned gold, so just be aware of that, but it is really pretty and very saturated with flakes. Like you get a lot of them in there. It's not too sparse. I think it's a stunning polish. I'm super happy I have it. I do just wish maybe they had more of a cool toned gold option available, but that's okay. This will work for now, and the hunt continues for the absolutely perfect gold flake gel. All right, and last but not least of our single gels, I have this one here, which I think was the freebie or the mistake. I don't know, but it's an Izemi gel. At least I hope it was. I hope I didn't order something on accident, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't put it past me. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's pretty. So this is like a mix of different types of glitter, but it is in more of that like champagne-y cool gold. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. Super pretty and super chock full of glitters. It has, it looks like hexagonal glitters and circle glitters of different sizes. Okay, let me go ahead and swatch this one then. Now the brush is a little wonky, but I find that happens decently often with like flake polishes or glitter polishes. And it doesn't really matter that much because you're not applying an even coat anyway. Oh yeah, that's really nice. This one's definitely dense with glitter. And then you can kind of just like dot on the glitter where you want it. That's nice. I like that. Has like little hollow sequins too, not just the champagne gold glitters. Okay, not something that I really thought I needed, but now that I have it, I'm happy that I do. Okay, now I have been eyeing these for a while. It's the Blonde Blonde stickers. They look to be really high quality, really detailed. These ones are like little butterflies and fabric, what is it called? Swags? Yeah, fabric swags, I think. And little like bead strands. Just little things that I could definitely paint, but would take me some time, and maybe these stickers would be nice for saving that little bit of extra time if the set is already pretty complicated. They also have like a pearlescent shift to some of the stickers. So yeah, I just wanted to pick these up to try. They're really nice and detailed. I'm excited to use them. And then I also got the silver, I think it's, yeah, Turkish Night. So these ones are a metallic silver in various moon and star shapes. Again, something that I definitely could hand paint. It would just take me a long time. And this would be a really easy time saver for when I'm doing a more complex set. I'm trying not to buy like too many stickers because I currently have hundreds and hundreds of them that I'm not using. But these I couldn't help it. And they are a little bit more pricey. So these I think are $6 usually, but with the sale I was like, they're only $4.50. Usually, you know, the 40 stickers from even Temu or AliExpress are that much, and these seem to be much better quality. I will say that. Like, they are really nice quality, it seems. So I'm excited to use these. So I did pick up the Kokoist Non-Wipe Accessory Bond. This is in both the black and white. Here they are, they're packaged really nicely. I'm just gonna open them up. But here are these two. They're just cute little pots. Again, I have the white and the black, and they are just textured 3D gels meant for doing like embossing or also applying rhinestones. I think that's why it's called Accessory Bond. And they're also really good for chrome application. Hope from Nails Box of Hope, I know, really swears by these, so I'm excited to try them. I do have a lot of 3D chrome application gels, but I was looking for one that was colored because if you saw one of my recent work with me videos, I did a really cool design. I was really in love with it. It was a deer for a Christmas set, but I realized when I was painting it, if you're watching me, you just see me painting with clear gel and it's not really interesting. You can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm excited to have this black. And let's take a closer look at both of these. And then of course I couldn't help myself. I got another chrome powder. So I try to wait until a sale to get these chrome powders because they hurt my wallet. The Bonniebee especially are pretty expensive, but they're also super pretty and they are nice quality. Like they're probably one of the most finely milled chrome powders that I've used. So I do really like them. I don't love paying $20 for them, which is why I tend to wait for the sales to get them. But this one is the Aloha Blue. So I will go ahead and swatch this along with one of those Kokoist accessory bonds to show you what it looks like, to show you how it performs, because I personally have trouble also purchasing chrome powders like on a website. I feel like they try to show you with the swatches, but sometimes it can be hard to see what a chrome powder really looks like with just pictures. So I will go ahead and swatch this one for you right now. Okay, so let's look at these two closer. It's the accessory bond in white and black. That way when I'm doing chrome designs, you all can actually see what I'm doing and you're not staring at me painting something clear with the Jello Jello Edge Gel, which I do really like. I think it's great for textured nail art. It's just, again, hard to see what I'm doing. So let's try out these ones. They're nicely sealed. They have that little plastic part over them, which I appreciate. So here's the texture. It's very, it's almost like glue-like. It's very thick, but it does have stretch to it. Okay, let me open up both of them. Then we'll do some swatching of the chrome that I got too. So here's the black. Ooh, interesting. Maybe this will be a really good replacement for my Jello Jello Edge Gel. It almost has the same sort of texture to it. See how it's not like completely smooth? It almost looks like, I don't have a better word and I'm sorry because I hate this word. It almost looks like gelatinous. Okay, let me get a brush. We'll try it out. Okay, so I grabbed an ombre brush and a liner so we can test out the texture of these, see how they perform. I'm just gonna do it on this little palette here. So let's start with the black maybe. So here's kind of my first test. Okay, interesting. It does have some stretch to it. I don't know if you can see very well. Let's see if I can show you. When you put the brush in and pull away, it does stretch, almost like a spider gel. I guess that's what it reminds me of, but just not quite as much stretch. Just trying to see how fine of lines I can get here with this. Pretty fine, actually. Okay, let me try with the ombre brush. We'll see what that does. I can definitely see the texture. It seems to be staying pretty well too. Like, I'm curious as to how long this holds its shape. How long it'll hold the texture. And it seems to be doing a good job of it. I don't know if you can see the ridges there. So let me let that sit for a second while I clean out my brushes, and then we'll try the white one too. And then we'll cure everything all together so that they have the same cure time, and I will test a chrome on top of them. All right, so let's see what the texture of the white is like, if it is the same. This will be easier to see. It does feel the same. So it has a slight stringiness to it. You can see it sort of like pulling at itself here. Very interesting texture. I almost feel like the white is just ever so slightly thinner. Okay, so there's the white, and then let me try with the ombre brush. Okay, so you can get some really nice texture with this. I will say I think it is self-leveling a little bit on the other designs here for the black. So you can get texture, but you might just want to cure fairly quickly after painting, because otherwise I think you do lose a little, just a little bit of that texture. So let me go ahead and cure this, and then we'll apply some chrome. By the way, here are the ingredients if you're interested. First impression so far, I am really liking both of them. Again, I like that it's colored, so I can actually show you all what I'm doing instead of having you look at like a clear design. I also like the slightly self-leveling consistency while still allowing you to get some texture. I think it's a nice in-between. What it will come down to is how well do they take the chrome powder. So here they are cured. Just a little bit of yellowing on the white. I will say there is some of that. And let's try out this here, the Aloha Blue from Bonniebee. So this is what the packaging looks like, and you do get 2 of these little sponge applicators. The bottle is glass, which is I think part of the reason that these are more expensive than your run-of-the-mill. Is the packaging is really nice. You get the glass receptacle, the fancy labeling, and all of that. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that Bonniebee isn't expensive. It is, but they are just super, super gorgeous chromes and very, very finely milled. So let's go ahead and do just a little bit of this. That's all you need. It's just a tiny bit. It's like so fine that it's even clumping together. Like it won't stay clumped, but that's just a product of it being so powdery, like flour. You know how flour kind of gets clumped together sometimes? Okay, let's see what it looks like over white, because I think black is going to be the more interesting one. So let's try over white. Ooh. Yes, definitely like a blue to yellow golden shift. That went on super easily. The white brings out more of the gold undertone, it looks like. Yeah, for sure the white is more of the gold, which makes me excited to use it over the black, because I think the black's really going to bring out the blues. So there it is over white. Hopefully you can see it fine on camera. There's that blue. Super pretty, kind of like an aqua-y blue with almost a hint of more of a royal purple blue. Okay, and then let's put it on over the black. Yes, black is where you're going to get that blue really coming through. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so bright too. Holy moly. The camera is not doing this justice. In person, it is like blindingly blue right now. There you go. You kind of see it there, just how blue it is. This makes me want to do like those Y2K nails in a blue theme, like a blue black. That would be really pretty. Or like a cyberpunk type style. Okay, how easy was that? All right, I'm a big fan of all three of these products, both the white and the black accessory bond, because sometimes you do. Sometimes you want more of the secondary undertone of a chrome powder, like this one is that golden color, and then sometimes you want the primary color, which is the blue. It just depends on if you use a black base or a white base. So yeah, I am super pleased with all of these products and really excited to use them in some designs. And just to reiterate why I will pay the money for these chromes right here, if you look at this up close, there's like none of the glitteriness that you can sometimes get with cheaper chrome powders. The cheaper chrome powders that are not as finely milled, well, sometimes if you look on closer inspection, almost like slightly glittery or slightly gritty because you can see the individual particles. There is none of that here. It's just super smooth all around. Look at that. Super, super smooth chrome. So yes, you're paying a lot for a chrome powder. I personally, when I have the money, when there is a big sale, I will get them. Also, I'll wait for a sale because they are expensive, but when that sale comes up, I do try to nab the chrome powders because the Bonniebee ones are just, they really are so nice. All right, and maybe the moment you've been waiting for, the collections. So first up, I've already opened it, ignore that. This is the DVOK Dark Night collection. It is a set of 10 reflective magnetic gels. So they're more like gem toned. The last collection they did, the White Night collection, is a set of like white pastel based magnetic polishes. It's super gorgeous. I love the White Night collection. It's probably my favorite of the like 3 fully magnetic gel collections that they've done so far. I do like the Dark Night. I just am partial to pastels. That's just my personal preference. But if you like duo-toned shifting pigments, if you like sparkle, if you like jewel tones, this is the collection for you. So I did already actually use this collection in a recent video. It was the Design With Me Christmas nail set with the reindeer that I was talking about. However, I know that not everybody, watches my design videos, my work with me's, and or wants to go like check out a separate video for swatches. So I will swatch this whole collection for you right here. Overall though, my first impressions after using it is that these are stunning. So I'm excited to show you what they look like. So as I mentioned, I have already opened and used this collection. So I already have some experience with them and I will talk a little bit about what I've learned. However, I wanted to start by saying that first of all, these polishes really are gorgeous, even on their own. I already did the swatch card here. This was with a pretty thick layer, so I will say they benefit from having either 1 or 2 layers put down that are on the thicker side so that you really get the full color payoff. And it just is so interesting to me how many different colors are in each polish. I honestly think that the pictures on the website don't do them justice. In person, there is the base color, the actual cat eye pigment is one color. Often the reflective particles are a whole nother color, and then maybe there's some sort of like duo shifting pigment in there as well. The actual magnetic particles aren't that big, however, they do have the reflective glitters that are on the larger side. So this is definitely more of like a sparkly cat eye than I would say a glowy cat eye polish. which actually I think lends itself really well to these kinds of colors, the looks that you might do with this sort of magnetic gel. I think this first one might honestly be my favorite, this mix of like an aqua blue with that stunning lime green shine. I'm just picturing some sort of deep sea mermaid themed set. The bottles themselves, often DVOK does a really good job of representing the color inside with the color on the outside of the bottle. I don't know if I would say it's super accurate this time because a lot of the polishes again have so many different shades that I think the colors they chose for the outside of the bottles might be the actual like magnetic shine color and not the actual base color. So that one was a little bit confusing, but if you keep that in mind, it will probably help you find the polish you're looking for better. Like as you can see here, this bottle is a purple, but the actual base color is sort of a dark teal, almost like black green color, and then it does have that purpley shift to it. I do think one thing about this collection is that the combinations of colors are quite unique. A lot of them that I haven't seen before. Some of them are, I would say, similar to maybe the Reposo Pulling Autumn collection, though this one has that reflective aspect, and I would say that the glitters are a bit larger in this collection than in the Pulling Autumn set. And one other piece of advice that I would probably give for these polishes is they definitely look best over a black background. You can probably tell here with just this one layer on the swatch sticks, you aren't really getting the full glowy effect. When you get up close, you definitely have a significant glow, a significant shine, and under low light, they're going to sparkle really nicely. But I would say if you want to get the most out of these polishes, you do really want a black background. I do not have those black swatch sticks. I really should get some, and I just did not have the time before putting out this video to hand paint each swatch stick black. So I was not able to do that. I do apologize. I am hoping to get some black swatch sticks before the next time I do any sort of magnetic gel review. That way you can really see the depth of the colors and the depth of the shine. I really want to try to make these reviews as helpful as possible, which is why they are so long. Honestly, I had I think 3 hours of footage for this one haul alone that I've really had to pare down because I just felt like I was talking on and on about some things that maybe weren't quite as important for the sake of you all watching. What can I say? I do like to talk, I do like to chit chat. That's part of why I started this channel. But I want them to be helpful because I know that when I am looking at a new collection, if I'm considering dropping, $100+ on something, I just want to make sure that I know what I'm buying and that I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to actually look like. So if you have any suggestions even for how I can make these reviews better, I love the feedback. Please feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Let me know how you're liking this style of review where I do kind of like the live unboxing interspersed with the swatches. Do we like that, or do we rather just have the top-down camera view? Or maybe I can do the combination where I have like myself in the corner while I'm showing off the polishes at the table. That's something I could also consider. My goal for 2025 really is to just experiment and figure out what works for me and my video editing style, my filming style, what's going to work for my channel and this community. So I'm always open for feedback. Even though I am super proud of and grateful for where I've ended up with this channel by the end of the year, I still honestly feel like such a YouTube newbie. There's so many more editing techniques and styles of video that I would like to try out, experiment, and honestly, the idea that I have a lot of room to grow and develop is exciting to me. I'm somebody who needs to have a goal to work toward. I feel like I'm always trying to reach some sort of objective, and I see that as a good thing. I need to be kept busy. That's just the kind of person I am, so here is to a wonderful 2025. If you all have goals that you're working towards for the new year, I would love to hear them down below. I think the best way to achieve a goal is to have, conversations with other people about it. It's almost like it creates this sort of artificial pressure, but a positive type of pressure to encourage you to actually achieve them. If you say the goal out loud, if you know that someone else knows that you're working towards something, and it just gives you like that sense of accountability. So yeah, feel free to share down in the comments. Now we have all of our swatches for this gorgeous collection. Here is a showcase of how much a black background really does help with those colors, making them pop and making them shine and stand out. I'm super excited to do some sort of space alien theme with them. Here's what they look like under a single light source. I'm just using my phone flashlight and I turned the ISO on my camera down super low so that you can see all of the sparkly goodness. I'm usually not a huge fan of reflective glitters because they don't really look that interesting in normal lighting, but for this collection, the reflective glitters are just an added bonus, and I am super excited to use more colors. Okay, so last but not least, I have the Migothic Sparkling collection. So, whoops, that's upside down. This is actually a new brand to both me and I think Sweetie Nail Supply. They only have 2 sets out right now. One is like a nude set of syrups. It might be a mix of cream and syrup gels, but this one was the one that interested me because, of course, I can't get away from magnetic gels. It is touted as having the largest reflective magnetic particles of magnetic gels on the market right now, which, you know, if you're gonna tell me that you're one of a kind, I will be interested. I will be. It's a great sales tactic. It worked on me. So I did go ahead and pick this up out of curiosity, out of interest. It does come with a little swatch card. Just like that with all the shade names. It's decent. It's like a thicker paper. It does also come with a bar magnet. And then, of course, your polishes. So these are really interesting bottles. They're, here's what they look like. I appreciate that it has the colored base so that you can easily tell on a shelf what color you're grabbing for. It has the label name. And on the back, I'm sure some disclaimers, some information, and all of that good stuff. So, I'm going out on a limb here. I can't remember where. I think, and I could be entirely wrong, so please don't take this and run with it. I believe I read somewhere, or somebody, another person who does nail content, said that Migothic was a sister brand of DVOK, which would make sense considering the way that this is packaged, the way that the bottles look with the colored base and everything. The swatch cards have the same sort of stand included. So I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I don't know if that's 100% accurate. If somebody knows down in the comments, please let me know because I would love to be able to share the accurate information with you all. But yeah, I'm excited to swatch these and see what the biggest magnetic particles are all about. Okay, so this is the Migothic collection. I could be saying that entirely wrong. It could be Migothic, maybe. I am not sure. If you know, please drop a comment down below. But I really liked the packaging of this collection. Those white-gray brushstrokes over the black background. It just was a really nice aesthetic that somehow both complemented and contrasted with the lighter pastel sparkling colors on the inside. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm somebody who also likes very contrasting styles. On the one hand, I love a darker, edgy sort of theme, but I also love a pastel cutesy theme. And then I think my other main sort of aesthetic or style that I enjoy is one that is very Rococo style art pieces with lots of florals and pastel colors, whites and gold accenting, ornate patterns, designs, all of that good stuff. I guess maybe the coquette aesthetic is what people are calling it nowadays. Yeah, I would say those are my 3 main styles that I gravitate towards, and this one is very much satisfying the darker, more sort of gothic, edgy sort of aesthetic that I like. The bottles are really cool too. I love that they have sort of a gemstone look to them with the carved edges. I don't think I've seen a nail polish bottle that shape before. they definitely could exist. I just don't know that I personally have seen them. So that was something fresh and unique to see. The polishes too were definitely unique for a magnetic gel set. So each polish has a sort of milky base color. It's not completely jelly because it does have some opacity to it. And then it has the reflective glitters, the magnetic flakes, I think just like some standard silver flakes, and then also some aura shifting flakes. I feel like those are a lot more subtle, like you don't really see them on first glance, but once you start actually looking at the polish, you can see in this one here, it has like a yellowish aura shifting flake. For this blue one, you can really see here the sort of like blue to teal aura flakes, and I really like that. I think it was in a previous video that I commented on how I loved the specific polish from the Aurora Queen Moonlight collection that had those aura shifting flakes. I think it just adds another element of interest to a magnetic polish, and I love that they are not circular glitters. Most of them really are truly irregular flakes, which if you've been around the channel, you might know I'm a big fan of that. There's something just so organic and interesting about shards and flake shapes rather than just regular circular sequins and glitters. For my personal taste, I much prefer them, so I really appreciated that this magnetic collection leaned into that kind of glitter instead of just your standard circular glitters. I almost, and this might be weird to say, I almost wish that there were fewer magnetic particles, because sometimes it was almost like the shine from them was taking away the spotlight from the aura flakes and from the base color underneath. And I don't think I've ever said that before about a magnetic gel, that I wanted less magnetic particles. But for this one, I don't know, I almost did. And honestly, from certain angles, you don't really see them as much, especially if you do like the French look here, you'll only catch the shine on certain angles. But yeah, it feels weird for me to say that I almost wish there were fewer of the magnetic particles. I do like the colors that were released for this first collection. I have mentioned before that I'm more of a fan of like muted colors, pastels, and so this one to me is my favorite out of the two that I've reviewed today. It's just more my style, but I love that so many companies are playing around with adding all the different types of elements to a magnetic gel so that it's more than just the colored base plus the magnetic particles. I think it's so fun that they're experimenting, because I guess there's really only so many like basic cat eye gels that you can come out with. I do think one day I would love to make a polish. I know that I'm really so far away from that ever becoming a reality, but if I could, I would love to eventually maybe collaborate with a brand to come out with some sort of curated collection. It is a dream as of now though, because I know how much like R&D has to go into making a product like this, especially with gel polish. You really have to be careful with the ingredients since you're working with resin type chemicals that harden and cure, and people have gel allergies and whatnot. I know that there are kits for making your own custom like regular nail polish, but I think I really would want it to be a gel. So as of now, you know, it's just a pipe dream. It's just something to look forward to. But I think it would be so fun to be able to come up with your own custom set of colors and your own custom collection. So that is my very end goal, I guess. Anyway, here is this collection. Up close, you can really see all those different shifting aura flakes, the sparkling cat eye pigments, and then I will show it under a single light source so that you can see the reflective particles as well. Super pleased with this collection. I will say that there are some colors that are quite similar, so if you're only looking to pick up a few of them, that's definitely an option. Like the purples here are pretty similar, and then maybe some of the pinks. But overall, I will probably be using all of them. I think my favorite is 4 over from the right side. I am so excited to do some sort of cinema roll look with that maybe. These polishes also look really good as an ombre glitter. I did that for my recent Labubu set if you haven't seen that yet. I am just in love with them and so excited to use them in future designs. Okay, so that was everything for this haul. Believe it or not, I have 2 more to come. I also have a Zillabu slash Saracen slash Crisagnineri haul to do. I ordered just a few things from all those different places, so I wanted to put them all together in one haul. And then I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's the day after Christmas and Sweetie Nail Supply has their Boxing Day sale. It's not a thing here in the US where I'm from, but I believe it's more of like a Canadian, British thing where the day after Christmas is kind of like their Black Friday where they have a bunch of sales. I believe that's what it is, like after Christmas sales. So I maybe picked up some more like spring type things in order to get ready for what's hopefully going to be an early spring. We'll see. When those arrive, I will do another haul for you all. Yeah, just lots more to come. I just want to say thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for joining me. This is probably coming out around New Year's. And so if you haven't seen my recent community post, I wanted to say thanks to everybody for such an amazing 2024. I really can't believe like where my channel's gone in just a year, and I'm super excited to see where we all end up in 2025. I have the most amazing, supportive, kind community. I have a great Discord server where everybody's super helpful with each other and just giving feedback. So if that's interesting to you, please feel free to join. The link's down below. I, again, can't show my gratitude enough for the people who just are here watching, interacting, who use my codes and keep this channel up and going. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a very fulfilling 2024, and I hope that you all are having an equally amazing year. I'd love to hear down in the comments below what sort of achievements that you personally achieved that you're really proud to share. I think it'd be really nice for us all to just celebrate as the year is coming to a close. I think that's enough yapping from me, as the kids like to tell me at school. So thanks again, and I will see you all in 2025.